welcome to another edition of Grind City Wrestling. It's episode 309. Hello, everybody. I am Dustin Starr. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching or wherever you're listening, especially here on YouTube. Also, check out the archives, grindcitymedia.com/podcast. You can find Grind City Wrestling there with interviews from wrestling's biggest stars. Last week, we talked about the brand new partnership between TNA Wrestling and WWE and what it means for independent wrestling and what it means for professional wrestling as a whole. Go back and check that out. This week, I know exactly what Devin's going to want to talk all about, and it's probably the no-show bro. Let's not waste any time. It's bell time. Introducing my co-host, my tag team partner. He really needs no introduction, ladies and gentlemen. It's Devin Walker, baby.
Yo, 5-star. Yeah, you know I got something to talk about with you this week. Other than the fact that this very podcast, the Grind City Wrestling podcast, this very podcast went viral in the last week. If you want some analytics on it, I'll give you some analytics. We posted a clip last week about Jeff Hardy being Black America's favorite wrestler.
I had no idea.
242,000 views.
Wow.
21,000 likes and 4,000 shares on that video. Look, man, I'm here to educate you.
I had no idea.
I'm here to tap you in.
It's no doubt about it because everybody's agreeing exactly with what you said. I had no idea. I knew Jeff Hardy's the man, obviously, but I didn't know everything that you were saying.
At some point, I'll give you the Mount Rushmore of Black America's favorite wrestlers. I won't do it today. I won't do it today because I believe Jeff Hardy's on that list, RVD's on that list, Stone Cold's on that list. I'm gonna leave it right there.
So you gave me the three.
I'm gonna give you three, and I'm gonna give you a nice teasy to get y'all to come back.
Well, be sure to follow Devin on Twitter at Devin_Walker2. This week, you're a little bit of Devin the Investigator.
Yeah, you know I love T.
Bro.
You know I love T. And when I go on my wrestling pages and I see Matt Riddle cancels booking at Memphis Wrestling, I'm like, hold on. I know the guy who runs Memphis Wrestling. He does a podcast with me every week.
And I hate talking about stuff like this.
He hates talking about the T. But you know who loves talking about the T? Me.
It's like unavoidable.
But
this thing was not quiet. This was all over the place.
It's all over the
At 11 o'clock, we have a meeting at 11 a.m.
Can y'all put that on the screen to let people know what we're talking about? There we go.
Look at here. And I stood up in front of everybody at the show, and I said, please do not post about this. They'll post it for us, meaning the fans, the media, whoever. And so here's Cultaholic Wrestling. I think they have hundreds of thousands of followers, but everybody's picking this up. PWMania.com, as you can see there. And I hate talking about this, especially stuff where somebody's no-showing. This does not happen a lot. The first time in 4 years. Webb is Jericho. Also, Chris Jericho's Facebook page.
That's, okay, you said the first time in 4 years. That's cap. But I'm going to let you have that one today.
What's cap?
Somebody's no-show recently. I'm not going to say his name. He wears a mask.
Cruel. Okay.
There you go.
But there's a difference in Cruel.
Yeah, there's levels. There's levels to the shit for sure.
There's PW Insider. So, yeah, Matt Riddle was not there. So out of a week where we had 5 NBA games, one on Saturday, I get home after the game and I'm finishing the formats and the run sheets, and my father-in-law, Bear, is passed out in the bathroom. So the ambulance comes and gets him, and then I finally lay down and I'm trying to get some sleep. And the text message that I got, or I was actually looking through social media, and I noticed that Matt Riddle was at Nick Hogan's wedding, partying it up. So I text my contact, and I'm like, hey, Riddle might need a wake-up call. He's like, gotcha. And so then I got a text message very early that morning that Riddle was awake. And so I'm like, whew. And then about an hour later, I got another text message saying, or actually I got a phone call saying that he received a text message that says, hanging with the Hulkster, brother, not gonna make it.
Wow.
Like,
all right, so look. Let's do this. Let's do this. Because you told me before the show.
Oh my gosh.
That there is a story that you have to tell. Other than this is the Cliff Notes version you just told.
This is the story, brother.
You got to tell the story because you don't get to do this very often. There's times when I've wanted you to shoot on certain people. Boogeyman, Jamar Gresham, whatever his name is.
I guess there are a couple of stories.
Yeah, there's a couple stories that you could have shot on.
But this is by far the biggest superstar.
But this is the biggest one. Because you're, by the way, when you put up the PW Insider clip, your company is the first story they mentioned. Riddle misses Memphis TV taping.
I am flattered, by the way. I'm flattered. There's been so much marketing for us behind this, which is ridiculous. But
the floor is yours, 5-star. Tell the story. What the hell happened with Matt Riddle?
These sites are reporting that we had to rewrite TV and we had to scramble. That is true. Will Matt Riddle and Dustin Starr reconcile and have this thing? I have never met Matt Riddle, right? So, like, some of these stories are crazy. Anything that you read about money is wrong. I've seen a couple of reports about money. All of that is wrong. Anything that you're reading from a local source is wrong.
Okay, all right.
Because there's a lot of haterade going on. Okay. They're vultures. They're acting like that this is something that happens. It does not happen.
This is your time, though, 5-star, to address it all.
So basically, the stories that you're reading, I hated. Matt Riddle was very popular. He sold every single seat that we had. You know, we were looking forward to that. Now, obviously, our fan base is dedicated to the Memphis Wrestling product as well. So fortunately, the fans were very understanding. Of course, we gave out some of the refunds to those that wanted. But I'm going to tell you, man, like, it was very, very, very few. So big shout out to the Memphis Wrestling fans. Things happen. I picked up the phone that morning as soon as I got that text message that said that, you know, that I got that call, hanging out with the Hulkster brother. I'm not going to make it. I reached out to Cowboy James Storm. And let me tell you right now, Cowboy James Storm is one of the realest of all that are real, Devin Walker. Mm-hmm. He had a party at 5:30 at his house. Said, brother, you'll be gone by 2. Dropped everything he was doing, packed his bag, and headed to Memphis and was there by the VIP.
Shout out
to Cowboy James Storm.
That's dope, man.
So I started communicating with Riddle.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, brother, we've got a show today. Not going to make it. I was hanging out with heavy hitters. Then he drops Hogan's name and Donald Trump's name and says that he's going to go play golf with them today. He'll be at the show tomorrow. And I'm like, well, unfortunately, the show is today. And I sent him pictures of the posters, of the action figures, of the scooters, of the lanyards, of the VIP walls that we made, all of this stuff. And it's like, dude, get on this airplane. There are people that are going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
See you soon with the hang loose. And that's it, man.
That's tough.
That is it.
That is wild, man. That is crazy.
Now, there are going to be haters that are going to be sitting out there saying he is known for this, blah, 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 blah. But there was obviously communication. He sent a video that he was going to be there. He had shared the posts and everything that he was going to be there the day of Nick Hogan's wedding. So this was not like premeditated that anybody knew that he wasn't going to do this. He just been partying with the Hulkster and Trump and Bam Margarine and RVD and everybody else the night before. So let me ask you guys.
He's asking a question to y'all.
Let me ask you guys this. You have a booking and you have to be there, a television taping. Very important. Millions of people have seen our show. In 2025 alone, over 3 million views just on YouTube alone. So this is not a teeny tiny piece of shit show, right?
Type shit.
Come on. So do you show up for your booking, or do you hang out with the Hulkster and Trump?
Why, who are you asking this?
I'm asking the fans.
Oh, never mind.
What do you do?
I mean, I would show up. I'm getting paid to, I'm getting paid to be somewhere. I'm gonna be somewhere. But I'm happy for you that you got kind of like, you got a little rub on the national.
Man, thank you.
Wrestling.
Thank you guys for reporting on this.
Nice.
I don't know how I would ever become the villain in this whole situation. Like, literally, we love Matt Riddle.
There's a legend.
We were excited to have Matt Riddle.
There's stories out there, 5-star. Let's talk about it. They said that there's some people that say, this is what Dustin does. They say, we got some more stories about this that we're going to tell.
Bring any stories you got, because this does not happen.
I love it, 5-star.
This was not a money issue. This was not a creative issue. This was just an issue of the guy did not get on the plane and he did not want to work that day.
That's tough. But I'm happy for you though. That's weird.
AJ Francis, by the way, had a lot of fun with this at the VIP with me.
He did.
Oh yes, he was loving this. Hey, and he's friends with Riddle, so he was kind of. He was having a little bit of fun
ribbing you a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out AJ Francis. Shout out AJ Francis, man. He always shows up for his bookings.
All right, so that's my Matt Riddle story.
Yes.
That's it. You got any other questions?
That's all I got. I thought it was going to be more interesting, but it was whatever.
Well, I mean, some heavy hitting names, I guess, were on this story. But if you read anything else, like I just told you exactly what happened.
I thought you got a text from somebody saying, "Hey, don't go to that show."
No, absolutely
Dang
not.
it.
I am still waiting. There was supposed to be an apology video. There could have been a reschedule. I have no idea.
You've offered him a kind of out before we went on this podcast.
Oh, I tried to get him another flight the morning of. Like, hey, change your mind. We'll get you another flight right now. I'm telling you, dude, he was not coming to that show. That's the Matt Riddle story. We do have a huge schedule coming up. February 16th, Nick Nemeth is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Go check out our social media. He's already sent in a message. Also, we have made it official that Matt Hardy is coming on Sunday, March the 2nd.
I think he saw the video. Hey, Matt, if you saw the video, I need Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's coming?
Matt Hardy's coming,
bro.
Baby.
Matt Hardy, I need Matt Hardy on this podcast. Matt Hardy's one of the legendary.
We will do it, but let's get to the topic at hand.
Legendary.
The best wrestling you watched all week. What is it, Devin?
Best wrestling I watched all week. It was a decent week for wrestling, other than our clip going viral on social media.
Very cool.
If I want to be biased, I can use that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you absolutely could.
By the way, people also made some references. They're like, yo, you know what? You're right, because if you look at Jeff Hardy's Instagram page, he sings a lot of old school R&B songs on his Instagram. At one point, he went in the ring at a local show and sang "If I Ever Fall in Love." You know that song? And if I ever fall in love again,
keep singing. It might come to me.
I will be sure that the lady is a friend. No, he has no idea what I'm singing right now.
No clue.
He's not tapped in. But Jeff Hardy was singing that song at a local show. They were like, it all makes sense. So shout out. But the best wrestling I watched all week, 5-star. And I'm going to give a big salute to this person. I'm going to give somebody their flowers because he's been in this business for a very, very long time. I really want to go with main event Jey Uso getting walked out by Quavo. Thought that was super dope. Yeah. I love to see WWE kind of tapping into the hip-hop culture. Travis Scott is already the official song of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. You have Quavo walk out main event Jey Uso. No blunt involved this time. I thought that was cool. You had Lil Yachty involved in the storyline on the show with the New Day when they didn't give the shirts, but they revealed the shirts. That was cool. But for me, I'm going to give flowers to an OG because he's been doing this shit for a very long time. And longevity in this business matters, right? He's seen a lot of different iterations of Monday Night Raw. He's seen a lot of iterations of wrestling. He could have get pushed to the side a long time ago. I'm going to give some flowers to Michael freaking Cole.
Oh, the GOAT.
Michael Cole, man, shout out to you, the GOAT. You've been around for what, 30, 40 plus years?
The GOAT.
There's so many times where he could have walked away, worked for another promotion.
The fans were hating him at one point. They were hating him at one point.
You stuck with it.
Never understood the hate, by the way.
You stuck with it. You wrestled a main event match, not a main event match, a WrestleMania match.
Beat the King.
Beat the King. You've been on the mic for Lord knows how long.
Look, you do this for a living too. This guy can go through a full 3 hours of Monday Night Raw or a 7-hour WrestleMania and not say or misspeak and just sound perfect, just like a narration of just, it's perfect.
Yes.
You never misspeak. It's so good.
I want my best wrestling of the week because I think it triggered because the interaction with Quavo and Michael Cole, it was like awkward. Where he's trying to look cool in front of Quavo, missed dap a couple times. I think it made me laugh, but at the same time, it made me appreciate Michael Cole, right? Because he never takes himself too seriously. At times when he could have walked away, he stood strong. At times when WWE, you're trying to get more famous faces on TV, a la the Corey Graves situation, they stick Michael Cole next to Pat McAfee. So salute to Michael Cole, man. You get your flowers right now from me. My best wrestling of the week is just Michael Cole in general, just his longevity in the wrestling business.
I love it. That's perfect. Michael Cole, when people were hating on him, I mean, they were hating on him.
Yep.
I loved him. I mean, sometimes he's a heel, so people want to hate on him.
Yes.
But gosh, he's so well-spoken, and it's perfect. And you know that's very hard to do. He's pitching from commercial break. He has cues in his ear. Remember, for all those years, and JBL tells some of these stories on Something to Wrestle With, but having Vince McMahon yelling and threatening you in your ear while you're doing this, maintaining perfect composure, by the way.
Exactly.
Also, he was on commentary when the King had a heart attack live on TV. Like, some of the footage is like he's still doing commentary. Meanwhile, his partner and friend could be dead next to him. Like there's a whole lot, but
and like I said, there's so many different people that have come in and out of WWE, right? And there's one person, there's a couple people that have stayed around. There's one voice that we've always heard. Michael Cole.
That's right.
So salute to Michael Cole, man. I'm going to give a hat tip to you, flowers today on the show.
Best wrestling that I watched all week is Chris Van Vliet. His interview with Perc Angle I thought was fantastic. Number one, I'm a huge fan of Perc Angle. I love the Olympic gold medalist, right? But then they went into discussion about the Perc Angle. I know you know what Perc Angle is.
I saw that. Perc Angle's goated, by the way.
And so Perc Angle is the variation of Kurt Angle when he was in TNA Wrestling, and he was all hyped up on Percocet, I guess.
Yeah, one of the greatest spots ever of Perc Angle when he did the somersault on Abyss.
He did just this diving front flip.
And if you see stories, Abyss said, I had no
reckless
idea.
abandon. He just did a big, huge front flip off the stage and landed on Abyss, and he was just out of his mind high, I think.
Yeah, and Abyss, and there's stories that Abyss said he had no idea what was happening.
Yeah.
He said, I had no idea he was going to do that.
But Kurt goes into detail about, that nickname kind of, I know it's endearing and the fans love it, but it does kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. And it reminds me of a real dark time in my life and all that kind of stuff. But they are endearing when they call him Perc Angle because, man, that Kurt Angle was absolutely freaking ruthless.
Yes, the moonsault off the top of the cage. Like, there's so many moments where it's like, dude.
They talked about that. He talked about landing right on Ken Anderson's face off the top of the cage. And so when they were talking about it, he said, I always do the dive off the cage or the moonsault, and I miss it. That's because I don't want to hurt my opponent down there. Mm-hmm. And that's what a heel does. If you guys are understanding this, a heel misses their cool moves to make the babyface look better. So it shows that Kurt Angle's super cool doing the moonsault, but by missing it, it's not a big babyface move. It doesn't get a pop. It gets a pop in the other direction. Anyways,
that was very in the weeds of wrestling.
Yeah,
right
Ken
there,
goes,
guys.
no, I don't want to move. Hit it. You never hit it. And so he said, I crushed Ken Anderson's face.
Yeah, it's
landed
tough.
right on his face.
Tough. It's tough. Speaking of moonsaults, I guess that's a perfect parlay to our next story. The moonsault from J.D. McDonough on Monday Night Raw. Ooh. Have you seen the injuries he sustained from that moonsault?
So I heard that he was knocked out, and then I heard he wasn't knocked out. And then I heard that he was unscathed, but then I heard he had a punctured lung.
Yeah, and broken ribs.
Jeez.
But if you were watching live, I don't wince very often watching wrestling. I saw that moonsault and I said, "Whoa!" And I rewinded it. And I said, wait, did he just...
He had like whiplash.
Did his head just bounce off the table like a basketball?
That was wild. I can't believe they continued that match.
And he looked like he didn't know where the hell he was.
Finished it.
Shout out to you, J.D. McDonough. I'm giving more flowers. I've been hating the last couple of weeks, but I'm giving flowers to Michael Cole.
Well, you killed Hulkamania and you killed
shit
Jericho.
On Jericho. I gave Jeff Hardy his flowers. But I'm giving Michael Cole and J.D. McDonough because... Lord, he could have been on planet Mars.
Oh my gosh!
And he still finished that match because even the ref walked over to him was like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And he's on the ropes. He's on the apron like trying to figure out where the hell he is.
Awful.
So shout out to JD McDonough, man. I hope get well soon, my guy.
All right, Saturday night's main event was really cool over the weekend. I haven't had a chance to watch every single bit of it, but I do like Jesse the Body Ventura being back on commentary. He does provide some very, very good little snippets of humor and entertainment in there. One last thing I want to talk about. Man, my voice is terrible this week from all those games. Also yelling, I guess, at TV this week. But 2025 Royal Rumble is this Saturday.
I can't wait.
You can watch absolutely free with us at Dave & Buster's in Memphis. We have a big party room. We're going to be doing a drawing. So everybody that gets there gets to draw a number. If your number wins the men's or women's Royal Rumble, then you're going to win a big prize. So we're going to have tickets, power cards, all sorts of stuff, but it's the Royal Rumble, so we got to predict it. All right, first, there's a best of series of three tag team, best of five or something tag team match. Have you seen this? It feels like it's just filler.
Is this for the Rumble card?
The Royal Rumble card. It's got DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns.
I don't care. I'm sorry.
2 out of 3 falls. Why would you put this on?
Respectfully, I don't care.
Okay.
Let's get to the Rumble.
Cody versus KO. Do we have a new champ?
No. It's for the Winged Eagle champ, right? The Winged Eagle champ versus the...
Right, they're putting it in a ladder match so that way Cody can hoist both championships.
Yes, have an image of him holding both championships, blah blah whatever. That's the thing is like even the Saturday main event is like a cool thing to do.
Yeah,
but I think it's way too predictable, and that's the part that I like. Whatever.
That's a commercial for everybody that they want to watch Netflix.
Yeah,
basically
for sure.
But it is very cool. It's a spectacle.
So I'll give it to Cody for that. Cody's gonna get the win. I will say Kevin Owens' T-shirt choices the last couple of weeks.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
He knows what's going on from the Cody sucks egg shirts because Dusty Rhodes wore it back in the day, and then on Monday Night Raw he wore the Sami Zayn Rock shirt because as the perfect timing of Sami Zayn kicking Cody Rhodes in the face for the second time. So Kevin Owens, you're doing a great job, but sorry, my guy.
Right. Women's Royal Rumble match. It was announced that Charlotte Flair is going to be back. Does she win it?
I'm about to bitch right now. I'm about to complain. And this is a problem, right?
Better not be complaining about the GOAT.
No.
Flair.
This is the problem, right? This is why it's a problem. What happened to surprises?
I agree with you.
Even though we knew Charlotte was going to come back sometime soon, what happened to just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
I agree.
And her music hitting, and it's like the pop, right? Why put out a graphic? Charlotte Flair's in the. We haven't seen her.
I know.
You didn't have to do that, bro.
I have no idea.
In the social media age, I'm on my old man hot horse right now. You don't have to post about everything. Let us be surprised, man. I know Charlotte's probably going to win the Rumble, but let us be surprised.
Well, hold on just a second, because I feel like it's time for Becky Lynch to return as well. So if Becky enters as a surprise, because we know Charlotte's going to be there, I feel like that there's a moment where Charlotte makes that epic return, but then, whoa.
And then you got a re-return of Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill has to come back. I believe she is Naomi turning? Somebody's got to turn heel here. Somebody attack Jade Cargill.
I think Bianca's going to turn heel.
So Bianca, if they're going to do it, they got to do it now because we're getting close to WrestleMania.
Because you know why? I'm going to tell you why before I get this next little note. You know why Bianca's going to turn on her? If you listen, this is the subtleties, right? Play her song in your head.
Sing it for me.
I'm on my own. The song says, I'm on my own.
Yeah.
I never needed you at all. I never needed you at all.
So Jade comes out and says, it was you.
There you go.
All along.
And Bianca says, I never needed you at all.
Who wins the Royal Rumble on the women's side?
I'm going to go with, if you look at the odds, by the way, there's sportsbook odds on the Royal Rumble. If you bet on the Rumble, please don't be stupid because this stuff is already scripted. Don't be dumb.
Don't change it last minute.
Don't be dumb.
Somebody will.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
Rewrite it.
Yeah, this stuff is scripted, guys. For the people that bet on this, it's not okay. But if you look at the odds, Charlotte Flair has the greatest odds at -110. Becky Lynch +200. Third greatest odds, Rhea Ripley at +300.
Well, she's the champ. She shouldn't be in it. But what about Asuka? Is she coming back?
Asuka is +2,500 to win the Rumble. Third is Io Sky, whatever her name is. The fourth is Bianca Belair. Fifth is Jade Cargill. The next one's an interesting one.
I feel like Bayley winning last year fell a little bit flat.
It did. The next one is an interesting one because it's a return. Alexa Bliss.
What about Jordynne Grace? She just signed with WWE.
It is +3,000 for her to win the Rumble.
All right. So who's your official pick?
Charlotte Flair.
I'll go Becky just because you said Charlotte.
Yeah, I'll go Charlotte. Charlotte. Right. I think she's been at Build-A-Bear way too much. Respectfully.
Yeah, she's ready to get back.
Yeah, she's been at Build-A-Bear. If you know what I mean.
Get out of here.
You know. Shout out to the Build-A-Bear. Shout out to the Charlotte Flair remix. You know. But I'm gonna pick her to win.
Okay, men's Royal Rumble. This one's really, really tough. I mean, you've got Roman Reigns in there. You've got CM Punk. You've got Seth Rollins. You've got Drew McIntyre. You've got John Cena. You literally have the who's who.
I think
all the big stars are in this one.
I think this is going to go down as one of the greatest Rumbles ever on the men's side.
Yes.
I'm going to say that right now beforehand.
Is Joe Hendry going to enter?
I don't think that's who we start with.
Will Nick Nemeth enter? There's this new partnership with TNA Wrestling. I can only imagine Joe Hendry being in this thing.
Will Goldberg be a part of it? My favorite wrestler.
Oh no, this is in Indianapolis.
Will
he's got one more match this year.
Pat McAfee be a part of it? Of course, it's in Indianapolis. Kai Cenat said he's going to be a part of the Royal Rumble show.
Saw him on
who
Raw.
Learned about on this podcast.
I'm going to call it right here, right now. I feel like the
Brock
winner
Lesnar.
of the 2025 Royal Rumble is going to be John Cena. John Cena.
John Cena has the second highest odds to win the men's Royal Rumble.
Do it, WWE. This is the GOAT, man. He literally is the GOAT. You tell me who's better than John Cena.
Tell me why. Explain to me why John Cena should win the Rumble.
Make-A-Wish, the schedule.
We're going to make a clip out of this.
World champions.
You got to give me a whole reason.
I'm telling you, John Cena has exceeded professional wrestling. To me, he's on the level of The Rock. He's not the action movie star, but he is the guy. He is the spokesperson for McDonald's. He was on the commercial voiceovers for, what was it, Ford dealership. I mean,
he's in the Barbie movie.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? He's had more Make-A-Wishes than anybody that he's granted ever in the history of Make-A-Wish. John Cena is the greatest of all time. He is in the center of any Mount Rushmore, and he should go out with a huge bang. And I think that at the Royal Rumble. Now, the only reason I see maybe he doesn't win the Rumble is to keep us hoping and wishing, because there is the Elimination Chamber that he can come out on top. But oh my gosh, you talk about like the perfect career from start to finish. It's John Cena. Look how you took Ric Flair out. Take John Cena out on top.
I like that. I like that.
He can even lose his last match. I'm cool with that as long as he gets that awesome ride. And I would like to see him win the championship at WrestleMania. I would love to see that.
I'm going to give you the top 5 odds. By the way, I love that Roman Reigns is a part of the Royal Rumble.
Me too.
Like, I'm not too good for the Rumble. I'm going to be in the mix.
Yes, I want that championship back.
So that sets up a face-off, right? Roman Reigns is in the middle of the ring. The big dog. The OTC.
The big dog.
The head of the table. Mr. himself. He's standing in the middle of the ring. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
I'm here for it.
The face-to-face face-off between the OTC and the final boss is going to happen at the Royal Rumble, and it's going to set up a WrestleMania match. But that's not my winner. That's not my winner. I love that as a face-off.
Can I give you a little different flavor?
Give me a different flavor.
What if The Rock comes out at number 31 and steals the Rumble?
I like that.
So whoever, because he is the final boss, he makes the rules. I said this year there's 31.
And
he wins.
I like that. But I'm going to give you
the
top 5 odds, right? Seth freaking Rollins minus 200. John Cena minus 150.
Yes.
CM Punk minus 150. Roman Reigns plus 125. The Rock plus 600. Randy Orton plus 800. This next one is my pick to win it.
Okay. I'm really sitting here. I'm hanging on CM Punk right now because I could see CM Punk getting it as well. They love some CM Punk. He must be really selling some merchandise because, my goodness, they love CM Punk.
And they let him just talk. He's a yapper boy.
Who you got?
I'm going to go with dun 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 dun.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, he's back. It's Brock Lesnar. He's back, my God.
Oh my God, Brock Lesnar's back. Oh no,
F5.
oh no, oh no.
Another F5.
Another L5. Another suplex.
Suplex City.
So I'm going to go with Brock freaking Lesnar as the winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar has his odds to winner. He's plus 1,000 to win the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna go with the return. I thought when Paul Heyman did the unveil of Roman Reigns 2K25 thing. But let me
Which was cool, by the way.
It was pretty cool. Drew McIntyre comes out. Let me pause for a second. Nobody gives up about Drew McIntyre, by the way. I'm sorry. If I'm gonna be completely honest, the crowd the other night said, "We don't care. We don't care.
Let's cancel Drew McIntyre.
We don't care. Drew McIntyre, you are the most bland, lamest dude ever. Respectfully. I thought you were gonna bring
Respectfully, of course.
I thought you were gonna bring up Brock's name when you said, "I'm the reason why this is happening. I'm the reason why this is." I thought he said he's the daddy of the bloodline. Whatever. That's cool. I thought he was gonna bring up Brock's name. He said CM Punk. That was weird. But I think Brock's going to make a return, a re-debut. He's going to come back, throw some dudes over the top rope. He's going to win the Rumble. Some names on this list, 5-star. that intrigue me. By the way, shout out Jacob Fatu, by the way, too. He's a freaking superstar.
Where's Matt Cardona?
Matt Cardona is not on this list.
Wow.
But you know who is on this list? Dun, dun, dun. Bootleg Rock himself, Ricky Starks.
Oh.
Ricky Starks is on this list to win the Royal Rumble.
I've been trying to book Ricky Starks.
We got Uncle Howdy. We got Braun Breaker. We got Stone Cold. And guess who was
Stone Cold?
Guess who was plus 8,000 to win the Royal Rumble?
Who?
Take a wild guess.
I have no idea.
No. This is actually kind of funny. This is actually kind of funny.
Santino Marella.
This is him. We talk about making his own rules.
R-Truth.
Booking himself on top.
Oh, Triple H.
Triple H is plus 8,000 to win the Royal Rumble.
Not gonna happen.
But no. So I love to see some of these names. But I'm gonna go Brock. You go John Cena.
You're taking Brock Lesnar. I'm taking John Cena. Royal Rumbles this Saturday. Watch it with us at Dave & Buster's. It's absolutely free. All right, so we're running a little bit long. Let's tell you what's coming up. This Saturday, of course, Royal Rumble. Then Thursday, February 6th, we made the announcement that Jamie Noble is coming to Memphis Wrestling for a seminar.
Noble.
You can register at WrestleCenter901.com. Then, of course, Friday is WWE SmackDown. But I want to tell you to join us at Ghost River Brewing Company on Beale Street before SmackDown. It's absolutely free. You could literally see FedEx Forum right next door at Ghost River. You can walk over with us. So that's happening just before that. So SmackDown pre-party, Ghost River, and then SmackDown February the 8th is Strayhorn, Mississippi. Huge fundraiser benefiting the Strayhorn Band. And then February 16th, Nick Nemeth is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Devin, what you got going on this weekend?
Don't know. I think we have a couple Grizzly games on the road. I'll be watching those.
Thursday we got
I'll be watching wrestling as always. And I'll be getting ready for the Rumble, man. I'm excited for the Rumble. I might slide to your
come on, bro.
Your Rumble party.
I'll have 100 ounces of beer waiting on the table.
I might pull up. The Royal Rumble, I think, and this is just a broad statement, I think the Royal Rumble is probably other than WrestleMania, the best pay-per-view of the year.
I don't think it's close.
Because I think it's enticing for people that are not even wrestling fans, right? The casuals even tap into the Royal Rumble.
That's why we like to do Battle Royals in Memphis Wrestling.
Yes.
Because it's total chaos.
People,
you see a ton of people all at the same time.
People love Royal Rumbles.
They love them.
Because it's the concept of people a bunch of people fighting in a ring.
Who doesn't like them?
Who?
The wrestlers.
Oh, they don't?
They're very difficult.
I want to ask you this before I get back into my Royal Rumble soliloquy. Is there, let's say you're in the Rumble, right? Is there like conversation happening where you're in the corner, it's like just wasting time? You're like, all right, punch me. All right. Elbow.
Yeah, you're just kind of trying to stay busy.
Really?
Yeah,
just
and then you're waiting on your spot.
Elbow me. All right.
You should be in one of these meetings when the production meeting, everybody's there. It's like nightmare because there's 30 people.
Yeah. Elbow me.
Everybody from people that have had 3 matches, 2 matches, to people that have been doing it 20 years. It's like everybody has to work together with it.
That's crazy. But no, the Royal Rumble is probably the best wrestling event of the year because it gets casuals involved. Other than WrestleMania, it is the most watched event by non-wrestling fans.
No lies detected,
because there's always a kind of a tie-in for casual fans to watch. So I'm excited to see how it goes, man.
We'll talk all about it next week.
We might have a guest next week. Hey, that reel popped off on IG, and we've got the DMs have been flooded. My homeboy Pro, who's a local rapper in the city, big wrestling fan. Hit me in the DMs. He said he wants to pop up next week.
Let's talk
and
wrestling.
Talk about wrestling. Talk about the Rumble.
Also scheduled next week. And I don't want to say too much, but it looks like we're going to have WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton right here on Grind City Wrestling.
You know what I mean? What's the little thing my boy Jacob Fatu be doing?
Down.
He be doing
you
that.
Look like the boogeyman.
What's the Fatu thing? He'd be like.
That's all the time we've got.
You know what I mean?
We're all out of time.
We are out of time.
Devin Walker losing his control. I am Dustin Starr. He's Devin Walker, baby. Saying so long, everybody.
You know what I mean?
Tiffany Stratton, bro.
Can't wait.